replay on YouTube, then go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes or so. I'm going to let everybody get on and then we'll get started. Good morning. How is everyone? Come in, come in. It's Friday. Woo! Come in, come in. Excuse me. I hope everybody has had a great week. Good morning, good morning. It's rainy and cloudy here, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Good morning. It's been fabulous. Good. Well, we're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to give everybody a chance to get on. If you're new here, this is our weekend Tarotscope, okay? What that means is it's kind of like your horoscope where we are looking at what's coming up ahead, right? We want to know what's coming up for us so we know how to move through it, around it, or whatever, right? So what we do is we draw tarot cards for each day of the weekend. Well, on Mondays, we use tarot cards. On Fridays, we use the divination book. So I will show you how to use the divination book. It's very easy. You can get one of your own and use it yourself and see how it plays out in your life, okay? The more you come to these sessions, the more the readings are going to resonate with you, okay? Because you're putting your energy into these readings and our energy is connecting more and more, okay? Good morning, everybody. Challenging week with family health. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully it gets better soon. Yeah, my son hasn't been feeling that well, but I mean, I blame everything on Mercury retrograde. I don't know about y'all. Hey, Miss Heather. All right, so like I said, welcome in. Let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is we're going to raise our vibration with the tuning fork, okay? This is attuned to a high frequency called an angel frequency, okay? It only lasts a few seconds. All you do is, it's best if you can sit up and align your spine and put your feet on the floor, no legs crossed. It's best if you can do that because think about it, you guys, we are energetic beings, right? The energy has to flow in this line, okay? If you can't, don't fret. It just works best if you can sit aligned, okay? If you're driving, just relax, okay? Don't close your eyes, don't do anything like that. But all you want to do as it's ringing is just breathe. Nice, deep, calm breaths and just allow all the stress of the week to leave and then breathe in peace, happiness, joy, whatever it is that you want to breathe in, okay? I'm going to strike it back here because it can be a little bit loud at first. I'm going to show YouTube and TikTok both as it's ringing, okay? Like I said, it only lasts a few seconds, so just breathe, accept the high vibration because it's going to help boost your own vibration, right? Because the more you are around something that is of a higher vibration, the more you're going to adapt to that higher vibration, okay? It's just how we do. That's why we say, like, don't spend a lot of time with, like, low vibe, toxic people because you will start to adapt to that vibration. We don't want that, right? Okay, so here we go. There we go. See? Easy peasy. Give me 1 second, you guys. I've got to fix something on here. I forgot to do the content disclosure so I don't get in trouble. Oops, come on. There we go. Okay, now hopefully they won't get on to me. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so let's get our fairy blessing. Let's find out what blessing is coming for us over the next 3 days, over the weekend. And then we're going to use the Tarot Divination book, and I'll show you how to use it, okay? You can find it linked in YouTube. It's linked in my description. TikTok is linked in my bio, or you just go straight to Amazon and I'll show you, okay? But let's get our fairy blessing first. You work around a lot of toxic people. Yeah, see, that's why you really need to work on grounding your energy and kind of like cleansing that off when you come home from the day. So let's see. What is our fairy blessing? Okay. The blessing of the grouping fae. Is that grouping or trooping? I don't know. I'll look in the book. It's number 31. You guys, I don't know if we've ever... It's a similar photo or picture to what we've seen before, to another card, but I don't think we've ever pulled this card. So let's see. It's number 31, like I said. I mean, we might have pulled it a long time ago, but I don't remember. I was trying to find out. It looks like trooping. So I'll read it to you, okay, so we can all get. It says, the fairy gift of finding your purpose and walking your path. Okay, I like that. There are fairies who dwell in one place all their long lives, caring and protecting, the guardians and the watchers. And there are fairies that move on the old paths, along the ley lines, dragon lines, energy paths of the planet. Yeah, we have pulled this, but it's been a long time. I remember it now. These fairies walk these lines each solar return, clearing and cleansing energy, knowing where they must go and what they must do. With this card, they offer you their gift, that of knowing which path you need to walk and what you must do and where you must go. May there be no more confusion about your purpose. May each step this day feel filled with an inner calling and mission. May you feel the energy rising up from below the earth to meet you and support you, and may you know that your every footstep is a ritual, an act of offering to the planet. Let there be a simple, deep knowing that everything you do this day has purpose and meaning, and let fulfillment come to you in the places where you have felt empty and unsure. So I think that is fantastic because we have the eclipse happening tomorrow, right? And this eclipse is in Aries. Aries is all about the I am, you know? And so we're all going through this sort of shedding and becoming, you know? So when we have this eclipse, it's about surrendering to who we want to be. Remember whoops, hang on. Sorry, it hid your comment. But remember, we've been talking about, you know, you could be one person, right? That's how you grew up. And those are the habits and everything and thoughts and all that stuff that you picked up. But now you're shifting into your ownness, right? And so it's telling you that you have the ability to be whoever you want to be. You know, who are you now? You don't have to be that old, hurt, broken, angry, bitter person. You can be the magical, healed, growing, ascending being, right? You can step out into this new energy. Will you get some kickback from the people around you? Yeah, but that always happens. I would rather have that than live a life pretending I'm somebody that I feel like is lower or more oppressed just to appease the people around me. Does that make sense? You got it? Thank you, Elizabeth. Hey, Miss Tracy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use the Tarot Divination book. Like I said, you can find this on Amazon. It is linked, TikTok is linked to my bio. YouTube is linked down in the description, okay? This is a Tarot Divination book. It is human written. I wrote this. It is not AI written, okay? So all of the cards there's readings for each card, direct and reverse, in this book. And all of the readings are geared towards you taking your power back, okay? It's called Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. So, gentlemen, if you are feeling a little too masculine for this, that's okay. I actually have guys who have gotten this book because they don't care. They love the readings, okay? It doesn't matter because, you know, our spiritual energy is feminine energy, okay? You can have an inner goddess and be a man. Doesn't matter, right? So what we're going to do, there's instructions inside, but I'll show you how to use it now. You're going to knock on it like you would a tarot deck, okay? We're going to cleanse that energy off of when we last used it, and we're going to put in the energy of now, okay? You always want the energy of now. So if you're using a tarot deck or a divination book, any divination tool, you always want to cleanse it so you can put in the intentions of now, right? All right, and then we're gonna use our palms, which are energy centers. We're gonna connect to the book, and we're gonna take a nice deep breath and slow our energy down. And we're gonna focus our intention on the book. And you can do this, you can focus on this book right now and ask the book, what is our message for today, Friday? What is our message for today, Friday? And then you're going to intuitively turn to a page. It's up here somewhere. Okay, we got the Page of Swords, okay? So here's your message for today. Today you drew the Page of Swords. It's going to be a good day. Thank goodness. Today you will likely receive good news and or a fresh idea that will lead you to success. Spend time with this news and look at all aspects of it to determine what is the best course of action for you. Pages are very inquisitive and eager to learn, so embody the curiosity that comes with this page and see where it leads you. If this good news is a text from a potential love interest, have fun and be flirty. Let that goddess energy radiate through your words, okay? So all in all, if you're in my tarot class, I drill into you, into your mind, what pages are, okay? They're young people, messengers, and apprentices, okay? So when we think of this page as being a messenger, it is bringing you a message of good news. And swords are things that go through the air. Thoughts, ideas, communication, electronics, all of that, okay? So let's write this one down. And what happens if you start expecting good news? What's going to happen? You're going to get good news, okay? So always expect good things to happen, and that's what you're going to experience, okay? So now we're going to connect again, and we're going to ask the book, what is our message for Saturday? What is our message for Saturday? What is our message for Saturday? Let's see. We got the Nine of Swords reversed, okay? A lot going on with the mind, and this is actually perfect to go with the eclipse, okay? So let me read it to you, and then we'll talk about that. Today you drew the Nine of Swords reversed. It's time to de-stress and decompress, my love. Whatever has had your mind swirling so much to where you can't think or sleep needs to take a break. During stressful times, you can often forget that you have the answers you need within. You already know the truth, but are you willing to accept it? Acknowledging stress and working through it is the only way to find relief. So, the Nine of Swords, when it's direct, is all about stress and anxiety and insomnia. It's all the things because your mind can't come to rest, okay? When it's in reverse, all of those thoughts and fears and anxieties are falling away. And the only way they're going to do that is if you allow them to fall away. If you surrender to it, be like, okay, I see that I'm going through this. I acknowledge the stress. I acknowledge the anxiety. Like, you don't want to just act like it's not there, because you can't bypass this stuff. You can't ignore it or it gets worse. So you acknowledge that it's there and you say, okay, is this even real? Am I making stuff up? Am I stressing about the past or the future? Like, what's going on here? So with the eclipse happening on Saturday, and we're pulling the Nine of Swords in reverse, this is allowing you to let all of that fall away. Eclipses are not where we do manifestation. It's not where we do energy work. It's where we just surrender and let go. Okay, so I do feel like this is a perfect card for tomorrow's energy of just letting all that stress and everything just fall away and say, you know what, universe, I know you're going to support me and what's for my highest good. And so I'm going to step back and let that happen. Have you ever tried that? Got some good medical news today from your doctor. Oh, good. Good for you, Elizabeth. Okay, one more. Let's focus on the book. What is our message for Sunday? What is our message for Sunday? Three of Pentacles reversed, okay? So all minor arcana this weekend, not bad. All right, today you drew the Three of Pentacles reversed. Today you may feel like you're herding cats if you're involved in a group project. The energy is scattered and unfocused, so delaying the project to another time when focus will be better supported would be ideal. If that's not an option, just practice the pause and try to accomplish as much as possible. Also, if you're finding that your efforts in a particular situation are not valued, it's time to evaluate why you're there. Think about that. Remember, a goddess does not stay in situations where she is undervalued. Evaluate the situation and decide what course of action would be best for you. You have the ability to make power moves here. Claim your throne. Okay? The Three of Pentacles is what we call the architect of the tarot. Okay? You're making plans, you're consulting with others, you're doing the thing, right? Working together. Well, when it's in reverse, it's like, yeah, there is no plan. Everything's getting scattered. Maybe plans fall through on Sunday and you're like, okay, that's fine. You know, the universe is redirecting me to something else or saving me from something else. Okay. It could be that there's a realization that you're trying to collaborate with somebody or do something with somebody and you realize that they're not honoring your time, energy, and efforts, or there's something there where you're like, you know what, let me reevaluate why I'm putting so much energy into this. I mean, we're in Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and the eclipses, okay? A lot of revelations are coming up, and it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary, you know, for you to be able to move forward, to shed that old skin, to step into the I am, into your own energy now. Okay, this is all supportive energy. Now, if you choose not to do this, then okay, that's fine. But if you choose to go with this and go with the flow and work on yourself and your journey, then you will experience many magical things. Okay, I speak from experience. Okay. All right, so let's get, excuse me, again, if you want to get this divination book, I highly recommend. I mean, I did write it for y'all. It's linked in my bio. It's linked in the description, and you can find it on Amazon if you want to just screenshot it there. So, yes. Pretty proud of it. Like I said, I rewrote it 3 times to make sure it was perfect for y'all. Okay, let's get some oracle. Let's see what else we need to know this weekend. And I like this because we have the blessing of the trooping fae, which is you having that blessing of knowing which path you need to take. Now, it's going to be your decision on if you do that. That's what I was saying. Like you already know the answers. 9 times out of 10, you already know the answers to your questions. Okay. This is why we do tarot and stuff like that, because it lays it out in front of you. So this weekend, there might be an alternate path that you need to take, and you know this. And so you go ahead and take it, and then things start moving. Let's see. What else do we need to know this weekend? And I feel like with, you know, with this fairy blessing, it's a lot of blue, right? And the swords cards are connected to communication. Okay, so there might be some communication, like I said, with the Page of Swords and all that. There might be some communication that comes in or that needs to go out. And it's causing this shift for you. Okay. All right, let's see what else we need to know this weekend. Okay, there we go. Look, this is the same thing as the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it could be that there are some shifts happening here with your plans. It could be something doesn't go according to plan or according to plans, and that's okay. Or it could be you are just completely revising something here. So it's either going to be like plans you had this weekend might get a little bit wonky, I guess you can say. Or if you're really working on your evolution and everything, it could be that you are revising plans. It's like you're kind of like putting something on the back burner, you know, like, you know what, this isn't really what I want to focus on right now. And so you're making new plans. okay? But it's just telling you to be open to things shifting. Don't be so set on like one thing has to happen. It's this or I'm just, it's all going to fall apart, okay? You're revising your business name. Okay. See, there you go. Yeah, just let things come to you and try them out and see how they feel. Check the numerology of them, all of that. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if plans change, don't be upset. Just know that you are being directed in a certain direction or like away from something. Oh, I'm sorry, Marlo. That'll happen, sister, when you're under stress. Get some rest. All right. What did that card say? The one I just pulled, it was strategy, but it's in reverse. And it's number 21. So it's interesting, we have 31 and 21. Okay, so 3 is communication, it's creativity, it's expression. 1 is the self, but it's also something, beginning, right? 2 is about balance and receptivity and making decisions. And then, of course, 1 is the self and it's creation or action. Okay, so it's like looking at what is and communicating what you want to continue, what you want to change, because you understand that there has to be some sort of fluidity here. Okay, you're welcome. It's really good to really practice non-attachment when it comes to plans. Okay, so if, let's say, I'll give you 2 examples. Let's say like you have a plan for business and it's not quite panning out the way you thought it was or the way you hoped. It's okay, because everything is a stepping stone. So don't get too attached to one idea because that might be just something that is helping you to elevate to something new, okay? Now, if you are maybe trying to like go make a purchase, like how like at dealerships, car dealerships, they want you to get in the car because they know when you get in the car, you get attached to the car, right? That's where you practice non-attachment, because the more attached you are to something, the more you're likely to get yourself into a negative situation. Does that make sense? But if you're detached from it, you're not emotional about it, it's just a vehicle, right? And yeah, it's pretty, it's flashy, it's got all the things. But if they don't work the deal right, you're okay with walking away because you're not attached to that. You know that if the universe is, if it's aligned for you, it'll happen. It'll be the, the rate that you want, the payments that you want, the final price that you want, all of that. And if it's not, then it's not meant to be. So yeah, don't be attached to certain things because you can get yourself into quite a pickle. It makes sense? Good. You've been purging and selling stuff to make room in your craft room. Good. Okay, we got ghost lands and reverse. Did we pull that recently? I don't remember. It might have been a personal reading that I was doing. Let's see, it's number 17. When the ghost land card appears reversed, it is a sign that you're wandering in an emotional let me start over. It's a sign that you're wandering in an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There is no point longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you've created a fantasy of the good old days or some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future when this or that happens to make things better. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning filled with the truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your life today. So that speaks perfectly to the Nine of Swords in reverse and what we were just talking about, okay? There's that 1 appearing again. So there's a lot happening, and it's funny because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, right? And we have the eclipse happening in Aries. So it's telling you just what we were talking about. It's like, don't be attached to things. Don't be attached to the past. Don't be attached to the future. Live right now. Okay? When you're making decisions, yeah, you can look at how it could play out, but don't be attached to that because you don't know what's going to happen. Does that make sense? When you live in today, you have much less stress. Okay? What kind of deck? This is the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. You can find it on Amazon or metaphysical shops, all of that. Let's do this one. You're welcome. All right, what else? These are kind of like, some of these are affirmation cards. Yeah, strategy was reversed. Ooh, we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. What is envy? Well, it's one of the deadly sins, right? Envy is like really wanting to be somebody else, you know? Like you get bitter about seeing other people's success, or you start putting yourself down because you don't feel like you're as successful as them. Like envy is a dream killer. Envy is a massive roadblock, okay? So be aware of where we are expressing that. Like sometimes you're doing it and you don't even realize it, okay? So let all of that go whenever we're in this eclipse energy. Like, you know what? I'm going to be so supportive of other people. I'm going to celebrate their wins, and I'm going to just know that that's possible for me too. I don't have to be envious of anybody because I can do that too. Does that make sense? There is enough for everyone. What was the page called again? Pages are messengers, young people, or apprentices. And so we pulled the Page of Swords. If that doesn't answer your question, let me know. Whoops. These cards are kind of big for my hands. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, so everything is linked in my description. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know this weekend? Ooh, we have Lodge, Council. I love this deck. I only bring this deck out for certain occasions. Like it only calls to me every now and then. And I feel like it's typically on like big events like eclipses and portals and things like that. So let's find out what this wants to tell us. Okay, there are times to go it alone, and there are times when the experience and help of others should be sought before taking the next step. Lodge is calling you to do just that. Seek counsel. You may struggle to decide who to speak with. Don't worry don't worry that one person or other would offer better advice. Oh, don't worry that one person or another would, oh, God, they worded that weird. Ask as many people as you wish. Different perspectives can help you to see something that hadn't occurred to you before. Ask a family member, a neighbor, a friend, or a person of authority like a police officer, solicitor, or accountant. Your genuine desire for their opinion on a matter will be met with an equally genuine response. If you are thinking of embarking on a spiritual course, inquire with as many of the teachers as you need to. That's what I always say. If you're wanting to learn things like tarot and all that stuff, I I teach tarot. I teach all that stuff. But if you don't align with me, that's okay. Find somebody who is an actual tarot reader. Be careful with that. And go learn from them. Okay. If you're thinking of embarking, oh, there we go. Again, be honest in your communications, as you will soon discover the right person for you. Asking for help and speaking about concerns is an act of strength, not weakness. If you are met with ridicule or resistance, you will know those people need to not be approached again. Okay. So it's kind of like find your tribe, find the people that you can consult and that are going to give you real life advice, right? They're not attached to your outcome. Typically, that's not going to be family or friends, just letting you know, okay? Because family and friends, while they mean well, they give you a very skewed opinion or very skewed advice because they can only see it through a certain lens, and they do have attachment to you. Okay, so they might be giving you advice that is like trying to keep you stagnant because they think they're keeping you safe, when in actuality, you need to go and explore and have this experience. Okay, so it's really best for you to find somebody outside of that network to consult with. Okay, and make sure that you're also consulting with people that are walking the walk. Don't take advice, like don't take financial advice from somebody who's broke. That would be not very intelligent. Okay, so pick your consultants wisely, right? There's too many on here, people that are desperate for answers, and I get that, but you need to take a look at who you're listening to. Okay. I don't know what you mean. Can you pay but no privacy one-on-one? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. You don't want a reading alone, then you're probably not prepared to get a reading then. Because here's the thing, I do readings on lives every now and then where you can get like a short reading with me. But if we're doing a one-on-one, then it needs to be just you, because other people's energy can influence the reading. And this is me giving you my time, energy, and effort. Okay, so it's not awkward. If it's awkward for you, then maybe you're not ready. Okay, but it's to set the conditions for a really strong reading, just you and I, so nobody else is interfering. Okay. How can you become ready? You have to be ready to hear what you need to hear, and really ask yourself why you're afraid to do a one-on-one session. Are you afraid to be seen? Are you afraid that things are going to get called out and you're not comfortable with that yet? So yeah, it's really a self-discovery situation there. Whoops. Okay, now. All right. That's exactly it. So yeah. You can't hide. If you want to grow and you want to heal and you want to change and transform, then you can't hide from yourself. Okay? So yeah, if you're not ready, don't get the reading, because your energy will be blocked off and it won't be such an impactful reading. When you're ready, you'll know when you're ready, okay? Because you'll get tired of your own crap. Believe me, I speak from experience, okay? So when you're ready, then you get the reading and it'll be an awesome time, okay? Yeah, you want to know the truth, but you don't want to know the truth yet. So whenever you are ready to know the full truth, then you can do that. If you would rather have a recorded reading, then you can do that. That's why I have the live readings and the recorded ones. The recorded ones are where I perform the reading without you there, and then I email it to you. Okay, and you can watch it on your own time. So that can be an option for you as well. Okay. All right, let's see. Elephant, greatness. I love this card. We've pulled this a couple times lately. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Look at that. Okay, so this weekend is calling for you to be able to take this new path, to explore this new journey, this new sense of self. Okay, and the way we do that is we surrender. All right, and the elephant, you know, they naturally go, they instinctively go where they know they need to go. And when you do that, you do reach success, because you're not having somebody else dictate your path or your journey or your emotions or your thoughts. You know, you're going within, you're following that instinct, and that is what leads you to success. And it takes a while, you guys. Don't think that this stuff is going to happen overnight, because it doesn't. Okay, it's a whole process, and most of the time it's a lifelong process. Okay, but the more you connect with yourself, the more you connect with your instincts and you trust them, the better it's going to be. The recorded is good, but worse because I can't ask questions. Well, you are able to ask a question for your reading, for me to give you the answer. But yeah, you can't ask follow-up questions after it's done. So yeah, just whenever you're ready. Okay, don't force it, just whenever you're ready. All right, let's get the money deck and see what we need to know about money this weekend. I love the elephant in general. I heard the elephant in the room. Hey, yeah, very well could be, because there is always this lingering knowing, you know? And so it's like, are we gonna turn and look at it, or are we gonna try to like avoid it? So yeah. What if one of your students that you teach surpasses you, the master? Great, good for them. Yeah, I'm all for it. What else do we need to know? Okay, we have business. Okay, there's 3 ways to resonate with this card. This is connected to your money message for the weekend. Okay, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You've got this. Number 2, consider executive positions, becoming CEO or anything in the corporate world. If you're a corporate person, God bless. That's not me. I'm entrepreneur minded, right? But if you are the corporate type of person, then expect that good things are going to happen. Perfect opportunities are coming your way, all of that, you know, like really see your potential for leveling up. Number 3, elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. We talked about this the other day about not limiting what you feel like your potential is when it comes to earning money or, you know, bringing in business, because the more you lower that down, you're going to hit under that every time and you're going to be disappointed. Okay, you always want to aim big, because then you will hit big, right? And it's not always going to happen every single time. Look, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur is not easy. So anybody that tells you it is bullshit. Okay, they're probably a scammer. Being a true business owner is always going to go like this. It always goes in different directions, waves, highs, lows, all of that. And you have to be the one that is so passionate about what you do that you're willing to ride those waves, and you understand that it's going to ebb and flow. Okay, so yeah, but if you are fear-minded, if you don't have the drive, then maybe owning a business is not for you, but you can get a really great job or career in the corporate world. I don't worry about that stuff, because I have students who do tarot readings and all that stuff now, and I don't attract shady people like that. So yeah. They asked, but what if they start their own channel and steal your viewers or clients? Yeah, I don't worry about stuff like that. I feel that people need to get readings and learn from people that they feel connected to. Yeah. All right. This is why I teach people, so they can go get their own clients and start their own business. So yeah, and I happen to attract the best clients and the best students. Like, they're like family. So this is why I have my tribe. This is why I have my tarot community, because I value these people, and I would rather teach you to go do this yourself rather than to feel like you need to rely on me, because relying on me is not going to be helpful for you. So yeah. If somebody wants to be number one, though, then they're in their ego, and that's not my problem. That's theirs. All right, let's see what else we need to know. It went black for a second. So we have male energy, okay? What is male energy? It's action, right? So male energy, Mars, a man plays a role, and divine masculine, okay? So this is about action, and it's about knowing the direction that you need to go and doing it, and not sitting back and just watching everybody surpass you, okay? You have to decide that, you know what, I do deserve to be happy and successful and at peace, healthy, whatever you're focusing on right now. Not everybody's looking for, to grow their business or to be a millionaire. Not everybody's, wanting a relationship right now. It's going to be different, right? But you personally know the right action for you. So this weekend is going to show you, should you surrender to this eclipse and let things, start to clear out for you. It's about taking that path, like the fairy blessing said, where you're going to know the path to take. So divine feminine is receptivity. It's that inner knowing. And then divine masculine is about taking action on that. Let's do this one. What else do we need to know? Look at that. We have courage. I love that. It's number 13. It's kind of small writing. But look, there, what is it, like buffalo or most animals, instead of trying to run from a storm, they run head on into it, right? Because they know that the quicker they run head on into it, they can get past it. See? And this is the same thing. It's like, stop avoiding things in your life, because it only gets worse. It's only going to keep following you, and pretty soon you're not going to be able to outrun it, and it's just going to like tackle you. Does that make sense? Yeah, riding the waves, 100%. So it's like, don't be afraid of taking that chance. Don't be afraid of, having that experience, because like I've said before, life is just an experience. Life is an adventure. And if you think that your spiritual journey is going to be all sunshine and rainbows, no, it's not. It's like this. Okay? So you can experience so much if you just have the courage to go forward, to do the scary thing. Okay? I speak from experience. Yeah, the 1 and the 3. Yep, that 1 keeps showing up. Okay? And the 3 was here in the fairy blessing, right? The fairy blessing told you that you know the path to go, or it will be really clear this weekend. Okay? If you work with this energy and surrender during the eclipse, and you are open, right? And so it's telling you, you're getting this communication, you're having this inner knowing, and then you take that action. Because remember, 1 is the masculine energy, 2 is feminine, right? So there we go. We have a lot of orange and blue showing up in these cards. Hey, Priscilla. You needed to hear that? Good. I'm glad. What's the prettiest card? I don't know. I have so many. I couldn't tell you. You can have one type of energy wanting to come out more than the other. It just depends on what is showing up. Yeah. Hang on. What does orange mean again? So orange is connected to your sacral chakra, right? That is your desires. That is where your creativity and expression come from. So yeah, it's also a color of creativity and expression and happiness. What else do we need to know? Come on. This deck kind of drives me crazy. Okay. How can I deepen my trust right now? It says, trust, surrender. We've been talking about that with this eclipse, right? Surrendering and trusting the universe to show you the way, right? To support you in whatever way you want to go. Once you make a decision, the universe gets to work and they're supporting that decision. That's why it's important for you to have awareness of what decisions you're making, knowingly or unknowingly, because the universe is going to support you. It's like, oh, you want that? Okay, fine, that's fine. Oh, you want this over here? Okay, that's fine. You know, but you have to go through the experiences of, let's say you want to build a successful business. Okay, great. Universe is going to support you in that. But you have to go through the shedding of your old beliefs of limitation and all that in order to have a successful business. So it's not like I decide and then it's just given to me on a silver platter. It's I decide, the universe supports it, and then I make steps towards it. Make sense? I let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. You know how I've always said, like, you'll never be able to 100% trust another person because you don't know their every thought, you don't know their every emotion, you don't know all of that, right? The only person you can 100% trust is yourself. So you have to trust yourself to do what's right. You have to trust yourself to set the boundaries, to follow your dreams, to do all of that. Otherwise, if you're leaving it up to other people, then you're screwed. Okay? Hi, Jasmine. Let's see. What else do we need to know? Okay, here we go. Vortex of change. Engage with the vortex of change where energies swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. Adapt to transformation. Embrace change with open arms, for it is the catalyst for your evolution and growth. There you go. We're in a sort of a vortex. Yes, I love that, Molly. She said, bring it on. That's the thing. It's like, you have to get to a point where you're not scared of change anymore. I'm a Leo, so I'm a fixed sign. I always say I hate change, but I love progress. Well, you have to have change to have progress, right? So I have learned to love change and see it as an adventure. Be like, okay, well, where are we going now? Okay, so with this eclipse, we are in a sort of a portal, and it's telling you this is like kind of like you see the ripples, and it's like rippling out everything that you're desiring. And you have to decide, am I just going to stay here and just chill? Or am I going to allow myself to go on this new adventure with this new direction, this new sense of being? So many people live in fear, and it's normal because we are so programmed with fear. But once you stop being afraid and you stop letting that control your life, I mean, everything shifts and changes for you. It's amazing. Let's do this one. So too many of us live in the future. We're worried about, you know, what's going to happen down the line. What's going to happen down the line? Stop worrying about that. Focus on what's going on right now. Okay? And every day making some sort of progress on your journey. It doesn't mean that you have to like really break your back and wear yourself out, but it's like there needs to be some sort of progress that you just see today as today. You're like, what can I do today that my future self is going to be really glad that I did? And then you do that. Okay, try that. Let me know how it works. Yeah, live in the moment. Otherwise, it passes you by. I mean, we're already at the end of March. Can you believe that? Crazy how fast this year is going. And we're in a 9 year, so things are going to be shutting down so we can begin anew next year. So yeah, it's crazy how fast this year is going. But a lot of it has to do because you're just living for bedtime or, you know, living for the weekend or whatever it may be. So all these days are just flying by. So that's why we want to live in the day and see, okay, what can I experience today? What can I do today? How can I, you know, take care of my future self today? When's my birthday? It's August 10th. All right, what else do we need to know? Hold your vision. Okay? It says fixed moon, hold your vision. You have to hold that vision. That's why it's good to do visualization exercises and all of that. So it's like, if this is whatever you hold the vision of, remember we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So if you've been stressed out, if you've been worried about things, you're holding a toxic and scary vision without even realizing it, okay? So when you shift that and you hold the vision of something positive and constructive and evolutionary for yourself, that's what you're going to experience. Because not only does the universe respond, but you kick on that reticular activated system to where you start seeing the opportunities, you start seeing the path clearly, okay? Well, I'm in Aries rising, so that's why. Thank you, Tanya. Let's do this one. I've pulled so many cards already. Fridays kind of flies by because I only pulled 3 for the weekend. Let's see. What else do we need to know? Ooh, a light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. See, you are always divinely guided and protected. Don't ignore that, because when you start ignoring that, that's when you set in fear mode. That's when you're afraid of everything, you're feeling alone, you get depressed, you get anxious, all of that. If you would remind yourself that you are never alone, that you always have supportive energy and beings around you that you just can't happen to see, then you start relaxing and knowing that, you know, there are these energetic beings that can see so much more than what we can see. And so they're helping us to align things because of the vision that we are holding. But again, if you're holding a negative vision, the universe has to give you what you ask for, okay? So if you're holding a negative vision, they're like, okay, I guess they need to go through this experience again, and boom, there you go, right? So stop holding that negative vision because we don't want to go through that experience again, right? And it's number 38, okay? So again, what you're expressing, whether it be the visualization or what you're saying, is creating that karmic energy. And then it goes to 11. 11 is that high vibration of where those ascended masters are. And angels and all that stuff. Is this resonating? You too, Heather. We'll do one more and then the Rebel deck. Here it is again, you guys. I hate this card. Thief. Again, where is somebody stealing your joy? Where is somebody stealing whatever it may be from you? Okay? Again, lock your doors, make sure you put all your things away whenever you're going somewhere. But this can be like, where are you allowing your joy to be stolen? Are you comparing yourself on the internet? Are you comparing yourself with your friends and family? Are you letting somebody just kind of like suck your energy, right? Who's taking from you and not reciprocating the energy? Or are you taking from other people and not reciprocating the energy? Okay? So it's like, where is all of this stuff being taken? One or the other. It could be a balance of both. Maybe you're taking from some people and then some other people are taking from you. We don't want to do that. We want everything to be in balance and to be reciprocated. Thank you, Priscilla. Your angels have been throwing stuff at you all week. Uh-oh. You have an energy vampire? Yeah, those are the worst. Those are the worst. Oh, yeah. That drama is never ending, it seems like. All right, here's the Rebel deck. If you get easily offended, this is your opportunity to scroll away, okay? Because this deck will call you out and sometimes it will hurt your feelings. And it uses colorful language, so if you don't like that, then yeah. We're going through some tough shit. Everyone has their, welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Well, there you go. Okay? Everybody goes through hard times. Hang on, let me verify myself. It's kind of like that saying of, you're not special. You know, things don't just happen to you. Good things can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not being singled out. You're not being focused on. The universe is just reciprocating that energy that you are putting out. You understand? So it's telling you that things happen all the time. We're all going through this energy together, and everybody's going to handle it differently. Everybody's purging differently, you know, all of that. So it's like, just do your thing. You know, shed that old stuff. Step into your oneness, step into your own power, and you start making decisions, okay? You're not, you know, your past does not dictate your future. Right now dictates your future. Does that make sense? How you live today dictates what happens tomorrow. So, good. I'm glad it's resonating with y'all. Good for you, Jennifer. She cutting off that energy vampire. Okay, so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Remember, we don't do energy work on eclipses. We just surrender and let go, okay? Allow yourself to be in a balanced energy. Allow yourself to, you know, go ground your energy, take it easy, and just know that you will make it through and that the path will be revealed to you if you allow it. But if you keep ignoring things and hiding your head in the sand, then you're gonna stay right where you are, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you need anything, everything on TikTok, is linked in my bio. YouTube, it's all linked in the description. If you missed the beginning, it is gonna be reposted on YouTube for you to watch, okay? So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you back here Monday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? We'll go over the week. We'll talk about more things, and yeah, we'll have a good time. All right? Mwah. Love y'all.